hazard to guess that none of my students have quilling tools, and that's totally fine. We're going to talk about a few ways to deal with that. First of all, I want you to consider making the surface upon which you will create your low relief sculpture, and you can use a compass to trace out the circle, or even easier, just take a lid and trace that. The good thing about the compass, though, is that it actually shows you where the center is, but we can guess. Once you have that down, you're going to find the center, be as accurate as I can be, even though I'm just guessing. And that's going to be where your first quill goes. And I will be only requiring the round quills, but if you would like to explore different options, you totally can. One of the issues is not having strips of paper. So all I have done here is I have folded a piece of construction paper in half, and then, just being as careful as I can, I'm going to cut a thin strip. If you find that these strips are too thin, you can definitely cut them thicker. If you find that they're too short, you can definitely glue a couple together. You want your quills to be the same thickness all the way down, so I'm just going to clip this one off and deal with it. So that is a way to make some strips of paper. I made a few here as well. You can make them in all different colors, thicknesses. You can even use some cardboard that you trim and roll up. If you do not have a quilling tool, you can also create one. So I'm going to take just a regular toothpick, clip off the pointy part, rub that against the surface, and then being very careful not to cut your hand, I slide this into the center of the scissors and press down with my scissors until it has split. And now there's this little gap in here where I can place a piece of paper. You want to get this as far down to the base of the strip as possible, and then using your middle finger and thumb to keep it from sliding out, and using your pointer finger to keep it from sliding off the stick, you're going to start to twirl the stick with your other hand. Then I pull this off and use a very small dab of glue, because we don't want the paper to dissolve. Place that on there, and you will be holding it until it dries.
This could take a little while depending on how thick the paper is that you've used, the strength of your glue, etc.
So I am now going to put a drop of glue, a very large drop of glue, in the center, and glue the quill down. If you are concerned about cutting your finger, you do not have to use any sort of quilling tool. Just create the tiniest fold at the end of the strand, and then start rolling it in your hand like that, just like this. And it's going to require another hand as you do this, because you don't have the stick there to help you to roll it up. Quills only work when they are extremely tight in the center. Don't worry, they don't all have to be the same size. I'm going to check that out in just a second. You'll notice that if you do not use the stick, this takes a little bit longer, and you'll probably want to use a thicker strip of paper. Now, if you have one like this and you want it to be bigger, you can let go of it gently and watch it grow. You could pinch a side of it in order to change its shape. There's all sorts of fun things you can do. But here's the kicker. Whatever you decide to do for the next row of your mandala must be repeated. And so if I have decided to make this triangle red quill, I'm going to have to make enough triangle red quills to go all the way around the center. Quilling tools and strips of paper are available at all art and craft stores, but I just would not spend my money on that when I already have the supplies that I need.
Happy quilling, and I I hope that your mandalas are gorgeous.